Hey, everybody, you're almost ready to launch our Town Hall Realty Times Call of the Month. And you know what? This one's all about those A, B, and C leads, and you know you've got them. So we're just waiting for everybody to join us. Let's see how many people are here. Go ahead and post in the chat box who you are, where you're from. And I know I'm here in Chicago, Illinois. I know that we've got the famous virtual amazing woman, Celeste, and she is in Colorado somewhere. Anybody want to tell me where they are, who they're from? Let's see. I'm looking. I know we've got some people out there. How are we doing, Celeste?
Looks like we've got a few late people coming in.
Okay. Well, you know, it's all good. We want better to be here. I'm going to post in the chat. There we go. How about that? Yeah, tell us who you are, where you're from. You know, we always have somebody from Texas because, you know, they're overachievers. And then sometimes we have people from all over the country. So we're really happy you could join us today, because what's important today is that we understand how to manifest more transactions with the leads that we already have. There's a lot of agents, Celeste, think that they should be getting more leads. And I'm going to say, I don't think so. I think about taking care of the leads that we already have that are right in front of us. People that have raised their hands are where we're going to go today, because we are all about elevating profitability. And how many people want to make more money? Just raise your hands if you can in the chat box. It's on the side. It's all about working smarter, not harder. Would you agree? I would hope so. So elevating profitability happens when we have systems, when we can measure and monitor that which gets measured gets done. And so the series is all about some of the systems we use from Workman Success Systems as a master coach there. And having written a couple of books on how to do this, it's important for us to help you walk away with the investment of your time, with the kinds of things that help you make more money. So if you missed the first one, we're going to recap just a little bit. Our first town hall meeting was all about your business and strategic planning. And if you missed it, we've got some freebies that you can get here on the screen. Hey, Celeste, can you see those? Just want to be sure. I like her nail polish, don't you? I like that color. We're going to give you some of the systems. And again, there's no gotcha here. We want you to have the systems so that you can do better in your business. And we talked about the business plan workbook. Now that is pretty big, but what the most important pieces in that are for your strat plan, your income goal sheet, your 4 pillars, and your SWOT analysis. And if you haven't done one, it's a great time to do it. You can always reach out to me at terrymurphy.com, and we'll help you out with that. And so thank you, Workman Success, for helping us out here. The most important thing about it is breaking down your plan. So as we review what we did the first time, you break down that plan. We look at the year. We look at the quarter, we look at the month, we break it down to what we're going to do that week. We call it my perfect week. And by the way, if you're in real estate, there is no perfect week. We know that. And then we go to the day, because what happens in the day is what gets us 90 days from now more money. What happens today will show up 90 days from now. So if you're looking at your schedule right now, and you see that there's no green time, and we're going to talk about that in a second, which means you're belly to belly with someone who can pay you, you're probably doing some fake work, and that can make you very tired. But it also can cost you money because you aren't earning. You're doing the kinds of things that keep you busy, but not profitable. So breaking down that plan helps us figure out what we need to do every day on those 4 pillars, because it's all about your goals. So if your strategic plan for the next 6 months is to hire 10 agents, or do 10 transactions, or create a farm, if you don't plug it into every day, it's not going to get done, I promise you. I've been doing this a long time. So anybody have a challenge with their business plan that they want to post? I'm looking to see if anybody wants to just post in the chat if you're having issues with your business plan, because we're here to answer them right now. So this is very interactive. We're not going to call you out. Just let me know how I can help you. The biggest challenge I see is in the second session, Celeste, when we talked about how to create those warm referrals coming in all the time from people who know, like, and trust you. But when you set up these intentional habits, which is what about the daily success habits is all about, Then you get it done. Now think about this. You can't tell me you don't have time. 15 minutes, 4 times a day, you can plug it in. 15 minutes is a coffee break. 15 minutes is a phone call. 15 minutes, 4 times a day is 1 hour focused on one specific activity. In this case, I hate to use the word prospecting. I like to use the word connecting. Prospecting sounds icky. You got to knock on a door. You've got to make a phone call to somebody who's already busy. Nobody wants to do that. So if you're like me, how do you set up those habits that help you connect with celebrity authority, which is how we become very valuable to our clients, even if they don't need real estate, because they have referrals and they have housing needs. So it starts with your core values. Why are you in the business? And that's all in your strategic plan, and that's all in your business plan. Why do you want to be in real estate? Because you like people, because you like houses, because you think you're going to make a lot of money fast. I know, having been in the business for a really long time, that it takes a certain amount of systems to help you create the wealth that you will get, because what happens is we get very focused on functional. We handle the people we have now, and then we don't have anybody. So then we have to start all over again. So what if we could show you a way to make more money more easily? And we start with, what are your values? Why do you do this? Do you have commission breath? Are you transactional? Are you looking for the long term? People need housing, not every single day, but they need things that support their housing every single day. Why not call you? You're the neighborhood professional. You know, the contractors and the cool people and the people that are trusted. You know, just recently I moved here. I don't have a handyman. I reached out to somebody I could trust. Yay. That's just how it works. We help other people through our celebrity authority. Celeste, the next P is your strategic plan. Everybody can figure out where they want to be in, like, over the weekend, as an example. But it's really hard to project where you want to be in December of the end of this year. Why? Because it's so far off. It's not right here. But when you have a plan, think of it as Siri, right? So you know where you want to be. You want to have X amount of transactions. You want to have a vacation. You want to gain or lose weight, whichever it is. You've got to have a plan, and you break it down from the annual to the quarterly to the monthly, weekly, daily. And we're going to show you how to do that. We did that in the first session, which, by the way, is available for replay if you want to see that. We know that most agents don't understand that they have to have 4 pillars of income. 4, not 1, not just sales, not just farming. 4 pillars of income. The reason is if you have a table, one leg doesn't hold it up. So we look for 4 separate pillars of income. One of them is generally the people you know, like, and trust, and know, like, and trust you. We call that we're going to get to that, your MVPs, your top 50. Your sphere of influence. Think about it. Who do you give your money to? All the time. Your insurance man. Maybe your landscaper, your hairdresser, your attorneys, your title people. All of these people, you help feed their income. So what kind of natural leverage and reciprocity can you establish with other pillars of income? So just as an example, in our session, we talked about your sphere of influence, top 50. We talked about farm. We talked about a specificity in real estate, could be military. We've got interviews with Tony Martinez from CDPE on distressed properties, if that appeals to you, in our Realty Times library. We've got people that have learned how to build complete businesses around one specificity, like second homes or waterfront or ranches or farms. But you have to really plug in the activities that support that pillar, and that's what the business plan carries you through to the next level. So the second one, which was really good if you missed it, was dealt with the top 50, the MVPs, the people that know, like, and trust you already. Now, if you're brand new, you're probably going, I don't have any of those people. Yes, you do. Open up your phone, just grab it, go through your contacts, and look at the people who know you. And it's not like you're going to call them all day and go, hey, want to move today? That's not what it's about. What it's about is those people know people who are looking for a trusted person in the industry. How many people, just as a show of hands, have actually created a list of people that they consider their most valuable people? Anybody out there? Because we did this last month. And I'm looking to the chat just to see if I can see if anybody's posting. Here's the thing. If you go to the people who know, like, and trust you, it takes less time and less money to convert prospects to profits. And we talked about that as we talked about our 8651 marketing handbook. This is proven. As a master coach for workmen, I've watched people get 17 referrals from their manicurist, and it's only April. How do you close 86 transactions a year or more from 50 most valuable people? Now, I want to caution you, this is not about calling them and saying, do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell? Because that would be rude. We don't want them filing a restraining order for you. What we're looking to do is keep in touch. You know, if you've got a relationship with a best friend or a partner, you talk to them every day or every other day. And you've got some good friends that maybe you don't talk to quite as often, but you nurture the relationship. And it's not like you want something from them, you just want to stay connected. All of these people may have or may not have a business or a job or a career interest or pets or children. They could be a past client. All of those people look for people that they can need in their lives, and they should come to you for that. So there's a great book. We don't revenue share with her, but she's a terrific lady. She's written a book called Perk Your Sphere. Her name is Liz Johnson. I've not met her, but the book is a hoot. She's a lot of fun. It's a very small book. You can get it on Amazon, but she really created a network of top 50 MVPs that literally support and give her business every day of her real estate career. Very fun book if you're into reading. But that top 50, as a coach, I'll tell you, people get stuck around number 35. The idea is to get one transaction from each person a year by touching them once a month. And by the way, it's not a phone call all the time. It's not an email. It's not we don't even want you to use email unless it's a video. But the whole point is this. If you look at the loyalty ladder, pardon me, if you look at the loyalty ladder, if you are walking past a store, or if you're on Zillow and you see a house on the water, you just want more information about, you're actually a suspect. You're not really, there's no relationship. You're just kind of into checking it out. If you look at being involved, so as an example, if I answer an ad or a QR code, or I contact your voice activated systems, like with the voice pad, I'm a prospect. Now, you don't know if I'm a good prospect or a nosy prospect, but you know I'm a prospect. But what we really go for is when they're a customer, and that means we've actually connected. Now, if you're wondering about how this applies to ABC leads, just stay tuned because it's coming up. Here's the point. That's a tough part to work in the because it takes so long, because they're not really necessarily ready to buy. They're not totally committed to the process. The next one, though, is where you really get money, and that's green because it's a client. It makes money. They're looking for property. They're possibly going to list. They're an investor. If you really look at top producing agents, what they do is they work the next couple levels. How many of you have ever had a transaction with somebody who adores you, who thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced bread? You've helped them the most. They're your raving fans. That's what the advocate is. And then it goes all the way to the top, which is a confidant. And when you're in the business as long as I am, you've got a small group of people you just are delighted you got to help, and you never want to let them out of your life. So if you're working leads like Zillow, you're looking at the lower end of the spectrum. People that are not quite ready to buy, they might be ready in 90 days. They might be ready next year at this time. They might be ready 3 years. And yet they've raised their hand, which means that we need a way to stay connected. And that's what the next session is all about. But the top producers work that top area, the client advocate confidant. How do you do that? Write this down. It's a special word. It's called consistency, but consistency is also combined with value. If I just call you every day and ask if you're going to move, you're not going to be happy with me. It shouldn't be like that. What it should be is, I can be a resource to you. I'm checking in. I actually care about you and I care about our relationship, which is why I include you in this MVP group. So here's the thing that makes better sense. When you're looking at leads, and top 50 is part of your lead generation strategy, because they know people. So if we all are told we all know 250 people and you have 50 people, do the math, it's a lot of people. And if they think of you just like they think of their favorite restaurant or their favorite pizza place or their best manicurist or a great hairdresser, it's not like you're looking for compensation from them, but you trust them, you like them, you respect their opinions. And so keeping in touch with people makes sense if you do it with value. So we're about to embark on this session, which is what we call the ABCs of lead management. One of the ways that we know that agents miss the boat is they get so busy working with one client or 2 or 3 clients. They're showing like crazy. They're working like crazy all day long, showing property, writing contracts, negotiating contracts, doing the paperwork, that they forget the people in the pipeline. Add to that being a mom or having kids or being in a partnership or doing some kind of other work, you're going to miss the boat on lead generation and lead incubation. So this is a process that really works, but you have to have some discipline. And I'm going to say to you, if you have discipline, raise your hand, because this is a great time saver. And so few agents actually process it. So anybody want to raise their hand? Let me know. Okay, we're going to be shy today, Celeste. So here's the thing. Managing and converting leads ready to buy, those are your A leads. Those are people that actually have an appointment in your calendar. They're on your calendar. They're right here. They're written down. You've blocked your time. You're ready to go. But then there are those people that are not quite ready. Let's just say they're waiting for school to let out, or they're waiting for summer to be over, or they're thinking about the fall, or they're going to be looking at a second home, so they're not going to really do anything until they're ready to buy that one. They may be 90 days out. So what if they're way more than that? I mean, are they worth even keeping in touch with? Yeah, they are. Anything that's over 90 days out, that's a separate system. You don't use the same system for everything, because guess what? You're going to be real tired. You can't do that and actually list and sell property. So it's about building the relationship, and write this down, with value. And it's not about doing the same thing every time. So you'll be looking at doing a different kind of contact on a rotational basis to help you stay connected. So they anticipate and they want your call. You know, people want 3 things. I don't care what it is, your dog, your kids, your friends, they want to be seen, they want to be valued, they want to be heard. And this is a way of doing that in a way that is so comfortable, because you're not soliciting. So I want you to take solicit out and put connect in. Does that make sense? So let's move on to the next one. When you're looking at lead incubation, it's one of the most powerful things you can do. If I'm sitting with a for sale by owner, if I'm sitting with a buyer, and I tell them that I have an incubation system for people who are not quite ready to buy or are waiting for this particular style of property to be bought, that's way impressive, more impressive than saying, oh, I've got lots of buyers. I've got buyers all the time. We've got buyers. No, when you can be very specific, that's more impressive and it's more authentic to a buyer or a seller. A's, ready to sell or buy immediately. They have an appointment in your calendar. So that means that you're already in contact with them. So we don't need a system for that, because they're actively working with us. This is where a lot of people get confused. A leads, even if they're 30 days out, are really B leads. Now, B leads need nurturing. They need to know we haven't forgotten them. And very often we lose leads to other agents because they want some help and you didn't show up. So how can we fix that? B leads are not quite ready to buy or sell for either 30 to 90 days. We contact them twice a month, the 1st and the 3rd week, the 1st and the 15th. And we're going to get into how to do that with the scripts that come with that, because one of the gifts that Realty Times and Workman has done for you is they've given you the actual scripts. I've got them right here. We've got 3 of them ready for you to use. Now, what about the people that are so far out that they may not be ready to buy? And as a matter of fact, you may never even hear from them because in their minds, they're not ready. Those are our C leads. And we figured out that if they're not ready to buy for over 90 days, which could be years, we contact them once a month. Now, that's not that hard, because if you designate My Planned Week for a certain day to do that, you will knock it out. But you have to know how many leads. You have to know how many are A's. They have to be prioritized. And that's an important piece. So, oops, I did that wrong, sorry. So for your A-level leads, you already have an appointment in your calendar. You're already working with them. If you say to me, okay, Tara, I'm working with an A lead, there's only a certain number of inventory in our area that suit them. We've already looked at that. They're waiting. They're still an A lead, because if you're really savvy, you'll be contacting them some way, whether it's a text or video or a call that says, you know what, I'm checking the new inventory every single week. Nothing's come on yet, but we will, we'll look at this. And then maybe you expand them to a different area that they didn't know would work. Very often they think they have only one area, but you as a professional, you're the one that can show them that maybe this zip code can serve their needs just as well. Your goal, their goal for you is that you be the professional that understands the scope of what they want. And so there's always a good reason to support that. Even if there's nothing, let's just say you're looking for a specific condo building and there's nothing that's a 3-bedroom that's on the market. Just let them know, hey, I checked, we're still hopeful. Nothing's come up. We've sent out a direct mail. We've knocked doors. We've done this, we've done that to see if anybody might be ready in the next X amount of time. Here's the key. Let them know that you're working for them all the time. Seen, value, heard. Let them know in some way, rotationally, email, hard copy, phone calls, video, text. We're working for you. So let's go to the second group. How do you handle B leads? You set contact up for the 1st and the 3rd week of every month. So think about it. They're 30 to 60 days out. Maybe they're going to sell. Okay, so what do they need? Have they had a home inspection, or do they want to do one in advance? Are all of their systems in place? Here are properties that have recently gone under contract, and we're going to watch to see when they close so we can let you know that it's in the same price pocket as yours. Here's your current, even though you're not ready right now, here's your current competition if you were on the market. And by the way, this one has a view of the water and yours doesn't, and it's priced less. We may have to readjust our pricing offerings. Be the professional. Keep them informed. Check, has anything changed? Are you going to be delayed? Oh yeah, we've got this contractor job. We're redoing the kitchen. And guess what? They're way behind. Well, let's just push you back a little bit. Seen, value, heard. How are you doing it now? How many people are contacting their people every other week? Anybody? Good to know. When you're doing it and you do it on a specific day at a specific time and you've got it on your calendar, chances are you won't forget and they're going to feel valued. For C leads, it's a little different. 90 days out, one time per month. You could choose the 2nd or the 4th week of every month to do this. You want to absolutely rotate the type of contact. Now you're going to say, I don't know, I've never heard of my C leads. I've talked to them. I've sent them stuff. Most likely you've defaulted to the easy thing. And a lot of agents do this. By the way, it's a great way, but by sending them a MLS feed, unfortunately that gets old and then they don't check it. Very few people do. They're not ready right now. It's not their top priority. But when you start sending rotational connection, if you have the ability to know what their phone numbers are, different story, but there's different levels of C leads. And one of the things that we don't want to do is muck up your CRM with that. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But let's just say they're a year out and you rotate it. You might want to do a video update. Hey, I know that you're looking to move to this particular zip code. I just thought I'd give you a video update. What's going on? Here's a property that's a lot like the one you think you're going to want, blah, blah, blah. Here's a market report on the several properties that have the same requirements that you are looking for that are coming up. How about a hard copy mailer of a market snapshot of what's going on? You may want to send a Zoom or set up a call with them on Zoom and just see if there's anything that's changed. Maybe they're looking in a different area. Maybe they've gotten an inheritance. Maybe they are working on credit repair. Be their champion. Don't give up. One of our coaches, one of our major coaches, literally saw conversions 3 years later on about 25 of her C leads. Not bad if somebody added 25 transactions to your business. Would you agree? So here's the first thing you want to do. And that is you want to set up your lead tracker with all of your leads. If you don't have a lead tracker, we do at Workman Success, which is also with our compliments. All leads, anybody that raises their hand, anybody that raises their hand that connects with you is a lead that goes in the lead tracker. And the reason we want to know that is because we want to know what system of lead generation is paying you off the best way. If you're investing in Zillow leads, if you're buying leads from some lead generation platform, let's see where we're converting. That which gets measured gets done. We want to know what our return on our investment, what is each lead costing if you're converting them, because it may not be worth it. The next one is prioritize each lead as an A, B, or a C lead. A, B, or C. If they're an A lead, you know you've got an appointment. If they're a B lead, maybe they're going to be twice a month. If they're a C lead, once a year. But give them a title so we know how they want to be connected with. Rotate your contact types. If you just are sending them email, I'm afraid they're going to go away. Send them a video update. Send them similar property information. Do a market snapshot, even if it's you're standing in front of the development with a video camera. And by the way, if you don't like how you look on video, here's a newsflash. That's what you look like. Let them know. It's very personal. It's more experiential. You can use call or Zoom. Now, here's the key. You don't just want to bug them about whether or not they're ready to buy or sell. It's what we call at Workman service, regardless of opportunity. And how do we do that? We send meaningful touches. Now, I took this from our top 50. If you were with us last month, if they have a birthday, this is in your client onboarding or your customer or prospect onboarding. If they have pets, kids, what you know about them. If there's a community event and they're local, you can invite them to your shredding event or your Fun in the Sun event or your pool party. Again, people gravitate towards people that they know, like, and trust. And if they know that you're in it for more than the money, you're really good. There are different scripts you can use. And if you're brand new, and I don't know if we have anybody brand new on the call, the forward script, which we're going to go into in a second. I'm sorry I dropped the ball. The apology script. Hey, let's catch up script. Hey, I thought I'd follow up and see if anything changed. Hey, it's your birthday. You know, it's been a year since you bought your property, and I know you're looking to trade up, trade down. How about it's their anniversary? One of my favorite friends and colleagues in the longtime business is who calls the husband a week before their anniversary, Stanley Mills, and to remind him that he's got an anniversary. Again, nothing to do with real estate. It's National Pet Day. It's National Love Your Cat Day. Those are all reasons to have fun. So here's some power scripts, and I thought I'd share them with you just before we log off, because we promised to only keep you up for a half an hour. But we have power scripts, and they're downloadable, and they are absolutely free from Workman. And here's one of them. It's an A-lead script. And you can read it. Would you like to look or inspect and see houses that meet your needs again next week if one becomes available? Client says, yes, I would. Agent says, would you prefer to go at the beginning of the week or the end of the week? Now, we call that the alternative choice close, because if you just give people a time, they kind of go out there in space. Well, I prefer to look at the end of the week. Okay, I have Thursday or Friday. What's the best for you? Thursday's good. How about morning or afternoon? Again, you're helping them make the decision. Let's do afternoon. Agent says, because they're time blocked, I've got between 1 and 3. Is that available? Yeah, let's do 3. Pretty simple. That's for an A lead. What if it's a B lead? Hi, this is Terry with Team Terry. I just want to make sure I'm not dropping the ball, apologies script, on anything you need. Are you getting the information I'm sending? Are all the properties I'm sending good on a hot sheet consistent with the type you're still looking for? Has anything changed? Are you any closer to wanting to see any of these properties, or have you seen anything that you liked, even if you're not ready to go? Client says yes. Cool. Which ones? I just want to be sure I'm chasing the right one. Okay, I'm getting closer. Let's see if we can turn you into a cash buyer. And I'm sorry that's blocked. Sir, so what is a good day for you to meet with your lender or our lender? You need to know that the people that you're servicing are qualified to buy a home or to sell one. And you say, well, if they can sell it, yeah, there could be all kinds of liens on that. But at the end of the day, you want to be sure that you're in the power zone and you're in control. Here's one for a C script. Hi, this is Terry with Terry Murphy Company. Just want to make sure I'm not dropping the ball. How are things going in your home search? Have you liked any of the properties I've been sending you? Oh, you haven't seen any I like. Is there anything changed? Has your schedule changed? Is an area changed? Have you driven around and saw anything you liked? I mean, it's just keeping in touch. And here's another one. Hey, I just want to make sure you know how much I've been thinking about your needs and have missed connecting. I saw a house a couple of days ago. This is the Ford script. And if you're brand new, you probably have never heard of it. But if you're somebody who's been around for a while, it's been around for a while, but it works. How's your family doing? How's the work going? Are you planning on going any place this summer? Hey, what are your long-term goals? You've got any for real estate? Are you thinking about investing or, building a duplex? Ask them questions. When you ask questions, you get answers. You have to be really fierce, though, about blocking your time. I mean, really fierce, because what'll happen is you'll get distractions. It happens to me. It happens to all of us. I mean, the phone rings or somebody calls or the dog dies, the truck broke down or something happens and you don't do your A, B's, or C's. And that's why we have created a need for you to focus on 1 hour every day just for prospecting. One of our previous gifts is a perfect week scheduler. And what that does is it schedules your week. How many people use it now? Okay, not enough. Schedule those money-making activities. Green. We want green in every day, belly to belly. But we want you to block your own time too. So here's kind of one I made up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. MVP, 5 contacts. If you plan Tuesdays and Thursdays for your top 50, that's 10 per week times 4.3 weeks, you'll get through 50. 1 hour of new lead follow-up, past clients. When you block it out, you're more likely to do it. Anything that's habit, we talked about James Clear and his atomic habits. If you do things regularly and consistently, you will see results, and you will see it guaranteed in the next 90 days. Here's our daily success habits tracker. Again, it's just a way for you to focus. And this is not something you do after you're done, but this is how you plan ahead. How many calls am I going to make? And I don't mean to people you already know. I'm talking to people that might be a B or C prospect. How many notes did I write? Some of the top people in the country write 6 notes every single day, including Sunday. When was the last time you got a personal note? And was it branded? Did you write any offers? Did you go on any listing appointments? What new thing did you learn today? This is the only way you get yourself into this, what we call the rhythm of success. And when you use the daily success tracker, it's not about the numbers, but it's about you creating the habits that work. And this is one that this is what it looks like. What time did I set up for prospecting? And that prospecting can be the connecting with top 50 or leads that have come in, or the circle prospecting around one of your listings or one of your company listings. Here's the thing, an average phone call really is only 1 minute and 40 seconds. And we think it's going to take forever. It really isn't. As a matter of fact, just keep track of your time when you do call and see what happens. As we close this out on ABC leads, it's success. It's always repetition. It's consistency. It's eternal vigilance to improving the scripts, the style, your communication skills, your energy, your knowledge, but it's repetition. And so this has been a wrap. I hope you found some value. I don't know that we have any questions, Celeste. But if we do, you can email me at terry@terrymurphy.com. I'm happy to answer your questions. Here's the thing. We've got our giveaways. Go ahead and go to Workman Success and get them. This is the link for it. And next month, third Thursday of every month, we're going to be doing one on how to create a time management platform that works for you. Thanks for joining us. Make it a great week and get out there and get some green time with the people that'll pay you. It'll make everybody better because everybody needs a little money to navigate this life. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Terry Murphy for Realty Times. Join us on Realty Times for resources. We've got a boatload of resources in our resource department, some of our past interviews. It's all good, and make sure that you look at some of the great opportunities that Realty Times offers. I'm Terry Murphy. Thanks for joining us.